Ben, how did you get injured and can you play?
I don't know how it happened. I just know it happened early in the game, and I'm going to do everything I can.
And how does it bother you? Only when you laugh or what?
No, I can do that okay. Typically, when I reach for something outside the framework of my body, or try and push up off get up off of something, the ground or something like that.
So is it bothering you during the game?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I haven't thrown a ball since the game, so I know you have a lot of adrenaline going during the game.
What has to happen for you this week to feel comfortable to play on Sunday?
You have a B on your face, by the way. I don't want you to just let you know. Yeah. Well, today is only Wednesday, so we have a lot of time to get ready to go.
And you talked about growing pace with the offense early in the season. It's one thing to say if you experience it, you guys are going to run the ball, like you said yesterday, you get hit too much. How do you work with all these new guys in front of you to kind of help navigate this?
I tell the guys a lot. No one has to be great. If we're all good, then collectively we can be great. Offense is such a group effort. It takes literally all 11 guys every play to make it work, and when one guy's a little off here or there, it can affect the whole thing. So we're just going to keep learning and growing and figuring out how we can try and get better.
There weren't many shots in the first game against the Bills. Last week he took a lot of shots. Was that a concerted effort to try to get something going there?
You down the field shots? Yeah, I mean, we a lot of looks. They gave us different looks, a lot of single high looks, safeties cheating over, and we talked about it week one. When you have some significant wind, it's hard to go down the field like we could last week. So, we need to hit more of those is the issue.
What are some of the little things that these offensive linemen might need to learn? Minor things, minor details that we might not see watching the game when you see them?
I'm not a lineman, so I don't know how to answer that question. I'm sorry.
Ben, you took a lot of hits the other day. Is that you recall as many as you've taken in the game? Sit there, not count.
Yeah, I don't know. We knew going in they had a good rush that was going to be high motor guys that were going to get after it, and so you have to prepare for that. But we all need to be better, to eliminate hits, to have a better run game, to have more big plays, to be more efficient. So it's on all of us to help those things.
You talked about having a lot of single high safety. Do you need to complete more of those deep shots in the sideline to get them out of that, or are there ways to attack the middle of the field even with that safety there?
Well, typically when there's a guy standing in the middle of the field, you don't go right at him. But Chase and I missed too many of those deep ones. I think if you can connect on, I know we connected on one and Deontay got one, but we missed a couple of them. If we connect even one early, I think it could change the outcome of the way defenses play you.
Ben, you said Sunday that the offense didn't have a no-huddle option this last game. Is that just a part of that specific game plan, or is that something that you don't have in general with this offense?
Well, we don't have it in the sense of what we've had in years past, where we've got this whole menu of plays that I can go to and call. You always have a no-huddle in the sense that you have a 2-minute offense and you're not huddling in a 2-minute offense. In that sense, we have 10 to 12 plays, where in the past maybe we've had 50 to 100 plays. But it's it's different the way that we run it, and so it depends on how you technically define a no-huddle offense.
How do you adjust to not having the wide menu like you've had in years past, and like you've been successful with in years past?
Well, you let the coordinator call the plays, and we need to execute the plays that he calls because we had a good plan. We just didn't execute them well enough.
Ben, do you think it's because some of the newness with the offense?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I'd like working with Matt Canada compared to some other coordinators you got in the past.
Well, I don't like to compare guys, just like I won't compare players that we've had that are different. That's not fair to anybody, but I enjoy working with Matt. He works really hard. He's very passionate. He has a fire for this game and wanting to win, and so when you add those things up, it makes for a good coach and someone you want to play for.
You were able to incorporate both rookie pass catchers last week, Farmuth and Harris. So those two guys you feel like can really help you moving forward? That's kind of the first step?
Yeah, for sure. I thought Naj's touchdown was exceptional. It got kind of overlooked because of all the after the play stuff, but what a great route, and then the effort to get in was awesome. I wish we could have all enjoyed it a little more. And then at some point in that game, third quarter or something, I kind of went to coach and said, hey, we need to get Pat involved, kind of over the ball, some of that shorter area stuff. And truthfully, we've got a lot of what I think are really good weapons on the outside, from receivers to tight ends to running backs, that I don't think we've really gotten anybody loose yet that have had good games. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I'll take the blame mostly because I'm the one that has to get them the ball.
Ben, somewhat along those lines, Ebron hasn't been involved very much. I think just 4 targets. Circumstantial of what they're doing out there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, if you kind of look, nobody's really had a lot of action so far in the first 2 games. And like I said, I'll take that blame. I think the good news is we know what we have in our outside weapons, and I'll just keep trying to get better and getting them the ball more.
At the same time, though, Ben, I mean, do you guys, when you go back and watch the film, do you guys need to do a better job getting some separation downfield or anything like that?
Nope, I just got to get them the ball.
Ben, you work really tight with guys like Thompson. You've got a bunch of guys that have been here. You've only known a few months. We were talking to them, talking about corrections in the offense in general. Do you have to be, I don't know, a little more kid gloves as opposed to pounds? I guess you could probably just tell them whatever. I would just imagine that's the nature of your relationship. You have to modify the way you talk to these guys and be different than the way you talk to the guys.
I think the key to being a good leader is knowing how to motivate and speak to guys, because everyone's going to be different from position to players because of your relationship with them and all those things. So in that sense alone, you've got to learn, I got to learn how to help guys. But I don't really try to get too involved in the techniques of like linemen. Like I can't tell guys how to block when it comes to being on a line, but what I can do is just try and emphasize how important it is to play for your brother, to play for the guy next to you. It doesn't matter that you can go out there and say, well, I did my job today, but if we didn't win the game and you didn't help the team win, then it shouldn't matter. If it does, then you kind of have the wrong mentality for this ultimate team sport. You've got to go out and do your job, but you also have to understand that collectively we have to do the job together. So sometimes that's the best way I can try and help young guys, is just helping them to understand that it's more than just what you do, it's how did you help the team today.
Ben, from what you've seen from Bengals film, are they using Mike Hilton the way that the Steelers did? What's the biggest challenge with them?
Yeah, a lot. It looks almost like he's taking some of the Steeler defense over there too and doing some stuff. But he's blitzing. He's taking away the screens. He's doing what we came to love and expect here. And so I think everyone knows that the strength of their team and the money that they put into it is in their front and their D line. And so another tough task this week, because once you block those guys, or you think you have them blocked, here comes Mike or another or a safety off the other side. So this could be a tough challenge for us.
Ben, I know a big focus of the offseason was you and Matt Canada learning to work together, getting on the same page through 2 games. Do you feel like you guys are on the same page as far as play calling and what you have available to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's done a great job. Coaches call plays, players need to execute it, and so we need to execute better.
2 more.
Ben, you talked early on this season the fact that you said you were going to have those growing pains. Defense might have to help you with some of the losses injury-wise. You guys feel urgency to accelerate those, get past this first?
Maybe a little bit, but we still have to walk a line, careful not trying to do too much. We're not panicking. I know, it's only the second week. We're 1-1. We lost to a team that's 2-0, and it was a 1-score game till the end. And so, it feels like a bad feeling, a bad loss, but we understand it's real early in the season. Everyone in our division's got the same record, so we're gonna get ourselves together and get ready to go.
Ben, as a complete aside, when Ken Anderson was your quarterback, were you aware of his background as a player, and did he ever tease you about what he did the way LeBeau used to tease the other defensive backs?
Yes, I was aware of his background and his playing days, even though you have to blow the dust off all the books when he played, and he didn't have a face mask half the time. But we used to tease him about that stuff. But he was obviously, when he was here, when you have a guy that played and I think is a Hall of Fame snub. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But I hate to say snub, but I think he should be in there. But when a guy that has played as long and is as good as he is, when he tells you something, you listen a little more than a guy that had never played quarterback before, which I'm sure the guys do with LeBeau. You got some on the field experience. It's pretty cool to get advice from.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, man.